Hello, thank you for joining me. We are going to do a workout today that's going to be a block workout. So we'll have our warm up, our cardio, and then we are going to break down into upper body, lower body, and core work, and then stretch at the end. You will need a chair, you will need a band. If you do not have a band, you can do the moves without, but let me get the music going and we can get started. You can stand or be in your chair, your choice. I'll be going back and forth between the two, but let's take a big deep breath in and exhale out through your mouth. One more, inhale through our nose and exhale out. Start moving here, tap our toes, swing our arms. If you don't have the ability to swing your arms because you have arms in your chair, just press out in front. As we warm up, try to make the movements as big as you can. Feet stay the same. Let's reach up towards the ceiling. So if you're in your chair, I'm doing same arm, same leg. If I'm standing, I'm doing opposite. We want to make it that reciprocal motion. Now let's change. Same arms, same leg for everyone, out to the side. Trying to open our chest. Point the toe, reaching it out. Feet stay the same. Arms are going to press across your body. We can stay squared with our shoulders, or if you're a little more warmed up, add a twist, getting our torso involved. Take this arm, reach it up, extending through our side body. Arms in front, heels tapping, press. Elbows coming behind our back as far as we can. We are going to work our brain. We're doing two things. We're going to go in front and above. But to make things more challenging, let's crisscross our arms as we go in front and above. Crossing that midline is great for our brain. One last one, forward and above, arms stay in front, toes tap behind. In my chair, I'm taking my toes behind, standing, I'm reaching back. Ideally, it's not just small here. We want to really open up, get our hip flexors ready for some movements we do later on. Bring it to a march. With us marching, right leg. Your right leg is going to be our lead leg to begin with. It's going to be a basic step. So swing our arms, basic step. Right leg steps forward and back. Left leg is just our trail leg. It leads, it follows. In our chair, same thing. If you need to, notice in my chair, I'm going to go heel, heel, toe, toe. So I can extend those legs out and get some bigger movements. Last two. Last one, out and in. Out, out, and in. Once you get the pattern, get your hands involved, make them as big as you can. This part of it, our cardio part, we want to get that heart rate elevated, our body temperature warm. So when we do our strength part of it, we are ready, loose, and warmed up. One last one, side step right, step and tap. Standing, arms can swing underneath. In my chair, because my knees get in the way, I like to be straight across. Try to open and close. Notice my feet are coming together. From here, we're going to bring our heel across in front, press down and across. Again, crossing our midline. To a march. 3 steps, high knee in place. I'll show seated, then I'll stand. Right leg leads. 1, 2, 3, lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. Try to keep these arms moving. If you have room, you can travel. You can travel. We can stay in place. 2 more. Last one. Stay marching. Right leg still leads forward into a V step. Join me. Forward, back. Look at those feet. Come wide and narrow. Same pattern for that basic step and that out, out, in. Just changing directions. In your chair, you can go to your heels to your toes again. If you really want to extend those legs. 1, stay in march, slow it down. Hands can be here, lift and twist. Hands can be at heart center, where knee comes to the elbow, or behind our ears, a little bit deeper of a twist. Get those abdominals, crunch it in. Want to get those ready for the moves and the blocks that we will do later. Bring it back to a march. Left leg, same pattern from the top. Left leg leads, basic step. Let's lift our knees a little bit higher. I'm going to turn so you can see left leg goes forward, back, forward, back. Big arm swings here. We want a nice big gap between the bottom of your foot and the floor, working our thighs. 1 more, out, out, in. So we go wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Last one, side step left. This time, let's all, whether you're in your chair or you're standing, bring our arms up and over into that nice big rainbow. Open and close the entire way. Maybe widen it out a little bit more. Being aware of your surroundings if you're standing. We're going to change, curl everything up. If you're in your chair, I'm bringing my heel up underneath that chair, trying to bring the heel to the bottom. I'm still leaning side to side. I want some motion, lateral movement with my side body. One last one, left and right, 2-way march. 3 steps, high knee. Left leg leads, it goes 1, 2, 3, lift. I want us to change it. See if we can reach underneath. And again, you can be forward, you can move side, you can stay in place, you can be in your chair, find where you are. The difference between when we did that twist and crunch, my torso is staying long. I'm lifting my leg up. I'm not crunching down. Last one. Stay. We're going to change this. If you need a chair, use it. If you're sitting down, that's fine. We bring our inner leg up and in, trying to tap our heel. We can reach opposite hand up if you can. Otherwise, I can touch here, same hand, making sure I'm nice and secure, holding on. And you know, the other options for us are here. Again, try to stay tall. Make the leg and the inner thigh do the work. Bring it back down low. We have that left leg leads forward into that V-step. Lengthen up through our posture and join me. Forward, together. V-shaped. Last one. Stay. Widen it out. Rest it down. Big deep breath. And exhale. We're going to have some cardio or a little burst. One more big deep breath in our sections here, but we are going to grab our band for our first one. And I'm going to cheat because I do have my stopwatch and my sheet here that I need to pay attention to for my workout. Our first one is we are going to do our chest. So I'm going to take this band. I'm going to bring it around our back and hold. If you do not have the band, we just get into this position. We have 30 seconds each move, so I'm going to be paying attention to my stopwatch. But let's begin. Upper body tall, I press forward, come back. Nothing is moving but my arms. It is important that our elbows come behind us. We want that full push and back. As we come back, it's slow and controlled. Palms are facing each other. Elbows are nice and tight to our body as we retract back. One last one. We pushed. Now we get to row. I'm going to place it underneath one foot. I'm going to turn, staggered stand, hinge forward. Now both arms pull back. The opposite of what we just did. Hold. Show you here. Hold. It's important to work opposite muscles. So if I'm pushing and working my chest, I need to pull and work my back. Just like if I do a bicep curl, and the front of my arm is important to work the tricep on the back. Last one. Rest this, release our foot. We are going to pull apart. So hands a little wider than shoulder width apart. We pull straight into that T, slow back together. When we do this, I want you thinking about retracting your shoulder blades back, sticking our chest out, and slow. Open, slowly close. Release tension from our shoulders here. I feel like I stay in frame a little bit better when I'm in my chair, so I'm going to stay there. One last one. Move to external rotation. I bring these palms facing up. Grab a hold of the band, elbows nice and tight. Externally rotate. So I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see elbows tight, externally rotate. It looks like they come away, but I promise you I'm squeezing, head is out of it, I'm squeezing my arms into my side. One last one. Place this down for just a moment. We are jump roping. So in our chair, both feet coming up. Standing, it can be jump rope. It can be a pedal. Notice my toes are not leaving, but I'm changing elevation. It can be a jump where I'm not leaving. Low impact here because I'm not leaving the ground, but I'm changing elevation. So anything in between. But in your chair, I do want you trying to balance and try to get those legs up off the floor instead of just pedaling here. Do your best. You can make it fun and go from side to side. Rest it, repeat. Grab our band around our back, chest press, straight forward, back. Exhale and release. Shoulders are down, press forward. Keep that belly in, back straight. 2 more. Release the band, place a foot on it, make sure it's nice and secure, hinge and row. Long neck, shoulders relax down, squeeze back behind us. Last one. Release. Hands out in front. Pull apart. You control how tough this is. The wider your hands are on that band, the easier it is. Maybe you don't have the band, and we do a T, squeezing and release. It looks like a T, we're straight apart. Last one. Move to external rotation, palms facing up, elbows tight, arms glued to our side, externally rotate, externally rotate. Last move for our upper body block, then we get to move to our lower body. One more, release it, shake it out, band can go down. Don't go too far away because I do think we will be using it here in just a moment. First, what we do for our lower body here is we are going to be doing our hip hinge. I want us to alternate. I'll show you seated, I'll stand up, but it's a hip hinge. Join me when you're ready. We lift, out, back in. Lift, out, back in. If your chair does not allow you, do one leg at a time, and then the second time around, switch legs. But otherwise, hip hinge. Nose and belly button stay in place. Lift with our external rotation as much as we can. One last one. Rest it. Front kicks. Arms up. We lift and kick. Try to stay tall. Lift and kick. Notice, I lift and kick. I'm not just kicking out in front. Lift and kick. Same thing in our chair. Lift and kick. Bottom of the shoe tries to press out in front of us. It's a lot easier to hold my stopwatch and look at it with my legs. I'm not using my hand. Last one, each side. Grab your band. We're going to wrap it around our legs. Feet are together. We open and we close. You can do this standing. I've talked about it. It just is a little bit more difficult. You don't get as much range of motion. So if you have a chair handy, I recommend go ahead and have a seat and open and close. Last one. Rest it. Side kicks. Alternating legs. We lift, we kick. We lift, we kick. Find balance. It's okay to lead with this one to counterbalance. Lift and kick. Lift and kick. If your room doesn't allow you to go so high, stay low. Please don't kick something off your countertops. Kick your partner next to you. A lot of core stability as we lift and kick our legs. Rest it, side step. Back to those side steps, moving those arms. Option one, we stay at the side step. Option two, we add a little bit more of a hop to it. Option three, we add even more hop to it as we more ski through this. So fine, even in our chair, we can ski and reach, having a little bit more dynamic movement. Rest it, hip hinge, out, in, out, in. If you could only do one leg, do the opposite this time around. One more, front kicks, lift and kick. I like to put my hands up if you need to hold on to something, hold on to something. Lift and kick if you're standing, staying tall, smiling through this. We're almost done with our round 2. One more kick each leg, grab our band, wrap it around our knees. When you're there, open, close. Notice I grew a couple inches, do the same thing. Lengthen out our spine. Let our outer hips press apart, my feet are together. Last one, side kick, being stable and controlled, lift and kick. Find your option, find your ability here. Just keep moving. One more each side. Rest it. We're going to move to block 3. I'm going to grab a mat because I forgot to grab one. It is core. You're going to have options to sit in our chair or get on the mat. We have crunches, Russian twists, heel drop, and side crunches. So we're going to start with crunches. I think if you're on the floor, you know what they look like. Hopefully you'll be able to see me. Sit in our chair, back straight, chest lifted, hands crossed. We lean back. I'm not touching the back of the chair. I crunch forward. Join me when you're ready with the crunch. If you need to see the floor, hopefully you can see me. I'm down on my back. I can have my fingertips behind my ears, chin lifted. I crunch, trying to lift my shoulder blades off the floor and back down. Find the spot on the ceiling, keep it, and look at it. We crunch. If you need to make it more difficult, of course, you can come up to tabletop, you can cross, you can lift, but it is a crunch. Last one, Russian twist. If we're in our mat, we're leaning back. If we're in your chair, we're at the front, lean back, hold that imaginary ball and twist, right to left. To make it more difficult, 1, stay tall. 2, you can lift up legs, whether it's in a chair or on the floor. Rest it. Next is heel drops. In your chair, option 1 is leaning back so your shoulders are touched. We're going to lift the leg, we're going to drop it, lift the other leg. Or we can have both up, drop one heel, and switch. Make it more difficult. Either way, lean away from the back of the chair. On our mat, we are on our back, legs are lifted, drop the heel back up. Do your best not to allow those knees to come in. The farther those heels get away from our body, so the more I straighten my legs, the more it works our lower abdominals. I have to really remind myself, because notice this knee wants to come in. That takes the pressure off our lower abdominals. Try to keep them straight. One more each heel. Last move, legs are down. It's going to be a side crunch, so we can stay flat. Reaching for our heels, we can crunch up. Reaching for our heels. In our chair, we are reaching down, side. Not crunching forward, side movement down to the floor. Find where you are, join me. Last one, rest it, let's lengthen and extend, whether you're on your back or you're in that chair, extend into that pencil. The legs can straighten out even if you need to. Release it, one more round, we're into stretching. We know it, we're crunching, tall, chin lifted even on your back. We crunch up, belly in. It's a little bit different. If you're in your chair, I stay long abdominals here. If I'm on my back, I'm punching those abdominals Trying to lift the shoulders up off the mat, keeping that head in alignment. One last one, Russian twist. We can be on the floor, we lean back, we twist. We have an angle back, so it engages those abdominals. Feet can be flat, feet can be lifted. To even make it more, a turn you can maybe see. I can move those legs, it's more of a twisting action to my obliques even more. And you can do that with those feet on the floor. One. Heel drops. I'm going to come back up because I don't know how well you can see me. Heel drops. Your choice. It can be here. It can be here. It can be on the floor. Lower abdominal. I know we don't do a ton of core, but it is so important for our balance and our stability to have a strong core. Last move. Tall. Lengthen. If you're crunched on the floor, that's fine, but we lean from side to side, thinking about bringing our rib cage down to our pelvis, shrinking the space. Three, two, last one, straighten out into a pencil again. Elongating those abdominals. Can we release it? I'm going to be in my chair. If you're on your floor, if you're on the floor and you stretch, I think you know how to do most of these. We are going to start with our hamstring. I'm going to have my right leg out in front, my left leg in bent. Elongate that muscle, tall, hangs forward. My chin is tucked back, I'm not out in front. Shoulders are pulled back. Take an inhale and exhale, release a little bit deeper. Come back up, switch legs. I have to shake mine out a little bit to straighten my knee. Make sure we pull our toe back. Come back up, figure four. So right ankle is going to cross over our knee. If you cannot do it in our chair, we can cross it over our ankle. From here, we're trying to shrink the distance from our leg to our chest so we hinge forward. If you're on the floor, we do the same thing. We cross over and we lean into our legs. Be aware of our spine. Straighten out. Trying to open up and work our hips. With our hinge steps, with our side kicks, with our opening and closing, we work a lot of inner and outer thigh and hip area. And we want to make sure that we stretch it and give it a little bit of love. Let's drop, switch legs. You might feel one is significantly different than the other. And we can come back up. A twist. I'm going to look over my right shoulder. In my chair, my hands are on my thigh or on the arm of my chair or the back of the chair, and I twist around. If you're on the floor, you can cross over and twist. To center, other side. Back to center, right arm across your body, grab, pull it in, open and close our fist. Every once in a while, get your thumb on the inside. Switch arms. Release that shoulder down, making sure that it's not shrugged up by your ears. Release that, right hand up and over, pat yourself on the back, press, pull, make sure your chin is not released, that we can see the front of the neck. So if you need to, press the head back into the arm, and do a little bit of a side lean, back to center, release, switch, left up and over, push, pull, press the head back if you need to, and maybe a little bit of a side lean. Back to center, hands interlace in front, thumbs point down. This is the one time that I say it's okay to really get that nice big C curve. Your head can shake no. Lengthen up, lean and hold. Lean and hold. Back down, arms release. A few really big back circles, opening through our chest. Release it in a nice tall posture, right head tilts. Left hand can come out, thumb pointing up. You can inhale and exhale, releasing. Back to center, switch sides. Back to center. Tuck our chin, drop it down, keeping that chin down, our head can gently roll from right to left. If you find places that I call stickiness or tightness, you can stay and roll into those a little bit longer. And when you're ready, we'll come back up to center and finish with 2 big deep breaths. Inhaling. A big inhale through your nose. And exhale it out. One last one. Inhale deep. Down. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again.